So, Pastor Alyssa, what's the topic? What's the main point for this Sunday? I'm about to start preparation for my teaching time, and I need to know the point. You know, the information that we want the kids to be able to repeat as they leave.
Well, Pastor Isaac, what if you didn't focus on a main point necessarily, but you focus more on questions like, God, what is the transformative truth in this story? How are you shaping our lives today, God?
You know, I love that idea, but don't you think that kids need to know the point of the lesson, right? They need to know the facts. Absolutely,
but I wonder how many kids have been truly transformed with facts like Noah's Ark was made out of gopher wood. I mean, that's a fact that kids, it's fine for them to know, but if we as parents and teachers start with transformative questions, then we begin with the goal in mind.
So you're saying the goal of discipleship is not to be able to repeat information. You're saying the goal of discipleship is transformation. It's to be shaped into the people of God.
That's right, and it's good for kids to know things like the fruit of the Spirit, that they are love, joy, peace, and so on. But when kids experience and can express love, joy, and peace in their lives, we can see that God is transforming their thinking and their speaking and their doing.
You know, I think one of the hard pieces of this is that I want to see that kids are being changed, you know, in the moment. And I want them to be able to repeat what I've just said to them about God, because then I can see that they've heard what I have said.
Absolutely, and again, it's not wrong for kids to memorize knowledge. In fact, that's often such an important piece of the foundation of discipleship. But however, our first priority is to engage in transformative discipleship.
You know, I think it means that we have to evaluate differently. You know, some of my mentors use the phrase long view. We're not trying to produce rule followers or fun fact gurus. And as parents and as teachers, we're about walking the faith journey with kids. So help us, Pastor Alyssa. What does this look like practically?
Well, let's take hope for example. When exploring the hope that God gives us, our goal is to help children to be followers of Jesus who have hope. And for kids, this often means that we share a personal story of hope in our own lives. And this story can help them to see how they can have hope in all circumstances. But if our goal is just information, then if our kids can repeat the memory verse, we've achieved success. But if our goal is transformation, then we look for opportunities to help our kids see others living that hope. And we can help them to experience and express hope in their own lives, and we can lead them into giving hope to others.
That's good. You know, my focus, what you're saying, is my focus for teaching should be first to ask the questions, how am I going to help kids see and experience hope today, instead of beginning with the questions, what are the 3 points for today? You said that learning truths and memorizing information isn't wrong, but it's not what controls our discipleship. Our focus is on providing space for transformation. So an example here at Westside is we begin our Wednesday nights right now with memorizing Scripture. And then we sit down and we dive into what is the story saying, and we hear the story. Then we go into our smaller groups and we get into that more transformative exploration time, where we sit down and we say, what does it mean in this memory verse for us to live? Or what does this truth mean for us today? And what does it look like for us to be sharing the hope that we heard, that we shared in this story?
Absolutely. So, Pastor Isaac, what if we take Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, for example?
Yeah, that's a great passage. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understandings, but in all your ways acknowledge Him and He will direct your paths. You know, if our kids memorize that verse and walk out the doors, that's a good thing. But I don't want us to stop there. We want to hear that verse and then unpack it. What does that mean? Does it mean that God's going to blindly lead us down some random path? No. It means that in our lives, God is guiding and directing us as we are trusting that God knows best and that God will lead us down the path of righteousness for the sake of God's kingdom and for others. So thank you, Pastor Alyssa, for helping us to see discipleship as transformation in our kids' lives.